Yesterday, Fox and Friends co-host Brian Kilmeade decided to take it upon himself to let his audience know that he is totally okay if they would rather die than get the COVID vaccine. See, Kilmeade was in a little bit of, I guess you would call it, a disagreement with co-host Steve Doocy. Doocy, by the way, yesterday actually encouraged people to get vaccinated, and Kilmeade almost encouraged people to die. Here's a clip. This is what Kilmeade had to say.
But listen, if you didn't get a vaccination, that's your choice. And if you did, like I did, and they did, and maybe you did, then you should not wear a mask. And if you didn't, if you want to go cliff diving this weekend, you don't have to check with me. It seems a little dangerous, but I'm not going to judge you. And if you go ahead and put yourself in danger, if you feel as though this is not something for you, don't do it. But don't affect my life.
99% of the people who are dying from COVID are unvaccinated.
That's their choice.
They don't want to die. So they are. The administration and the government is saying we need the mask mandate to protect the unvaccinated.
That's not their job. It's not their job to protect anybody.
Well,
So sure, he's not actually saying, I want you to die. He's not encouraging people to die. He's just letting you know that if you want to die, that's totally your choice, and he doesn't care either way. You can do whatever the hell you want, live, die, it's all the same to Brian Kilmeade. But I think Steve Doocy actually has the right idea. Steve Doocy seems to understand that, Brian, you can't kill off our audience. If you kill off the audience, there's nobody left to watch the show. But honestly, to me, one of the biggest problems with what he had to say, and there's problems with everything he had to say, the biggest problem was when he said that it's not the government's job to protect people. That is literally the job of the government, to protect American citizens. That's their role. I mean, quite literally, everything the government does is supposed to be done to protect us. Whether it's protecting us from financial fraud, whether it's protecting us from natural disasters, from threats to the country, their job is to protect us, Brian. Why the hell do you think we're spending $700 billion a year on the Pentagon? Yes, it's an overbloated budget, but they sell it to us under the guise that they're doing it to protect us. But no, the government does have a job to protect us from things like a deadly pandemic. That's why your guy Trump pretty much didn't win re-election, because he didn't do his job protecting us. If you want to listen to Brian Kilmeade, if you want to be one of those individuals that thinks, you know what, yeah, this is my choice, just like if I want to go out and smoke a pack of cigarettes right now, sure, it is your choice on what you want to do. Here's where things get a little murkier, right? Same reason we outlawed smoking in indoor buildings is because it doesn't just affect you. COVID doesn't just affect you. If you get infected with COVID and you become contagious before you show symptoms, you might be going out and about, going to the office, going to the grocery store, wherever it is you go, infecting other people. And once that harm goes from one individual to groups of individuals, then yes, the government is responsible for helping to keep people safe. If this wasn't a contagious disease and it just, you got it, whatever you choose to do, that might be a different story. But this is a public health issue, not a private health issue. So if you don't want to get vaccinated because you don't care if you live or die, think about everybody else that would be affected if something were to happen to you. Maybe that is the best way to communicate this to some of these holdouts at this point. It's not just about you, it's about everybody else. One of today's video sponsors is PureVPN, and right now, PureVPN is offering a wonderful 14th anniversary special price of just $2.88 per month on a 2-year plan. If you're not using a VPN to search the web right now, you are not surfing the web as safely as you may think. And PureVPN offers one of the most secure VPN experiences out there. You can experience an all-new PureVPN with an all-new and easy-to-use app and much improved performance. Its fast and reliable VPN service now has more than 6,500 servers, which is the most any VPN in the market currently offers. It secures your connection on all of your devices with easy-to-use apps across all major platforms, and they now offer 10 multi-logins instead of just 5. And this is the only VPN in the market with an always-on third-party audit to verify the no logs claim. And it helps you stream all you want, including Disney+, the 7 different Netflix regions, Amazon Prime, BBC iPlayer UK, ITV UK, and many others. And it helps you purchase all kinds of online deals with lesser prices by connecting to certain regions. And it keeps you secure no matter where you are with public Wi-Fi protection. Again, go to purevpn.com/theringoffire and take advantage of the 14th anniversary special price of just $2.88 per month with a 2-year plan.